Good morning, YouTube. This is Tired Metalhead Weatherman. I hope you guys are having a good start to your weekend. It's college football day, and of course, it's the weekend. So, of course, I'm doing the weekend forecast. Before I get into that, though, I also want to say that I appreciate all the people that have been watching the videos recently. I'm seeing an increase in the numbers there. So, hey, to anyone that may be new that's watching this, we try to upload when things are going on in particular, but I do have other stuff that's coming up soon that will be on the channel within the next few months. So stay tuned, stick around, get comfortable. But for right now, this probably is going to be a short video. There's not really a whole lot going on this weekend. I do think that next weekend will be a little bit more active, but we will get into that maybe even later today. So without further ado, let's get into this weekend's forecast. So we're mainly looking at, as far as severe weather is concerned, we're mainly looking at marginal risk. We have one really big marginal risk, could potentially go slight, and this stretches all the way from Amarillo all the way up towards north central Michigan. We have Minneapolis and maybe even Duluth involved, but this stretches through Missouri Valley and through the Central Plains. We have Liberal, Kansas. Wichita is just outside the marginal, but can't rule you out of it. Then we have Des Moines, Iowa, and then of course Omaha and Lincoln, Nebraska involved as well. Then we have a secondary area around Montana. Montana's been getting a lot of severe weather this year, but this one's going to be mainly centered around Billings. So main threat we have here, there is a small tornado threat towards just north of Minneapolis. It's a 2% threat, and then we have a 5% wind threat and 5% hail threat. Take a look at tomorrow's forecast. Smaller area, but in the same places. We have I have a brain fart. We're having Minneapolis, pretty much almost all of Minnesota this time involved, and then just a northwesterly corner of Iowa involved, maybe pushing towards central Iowa, but a lot of the same places in play: Duluth, Minneapolis, and Sioux Falls just outside of this. We'll take a look at the threat levels. Tornado threat really isn't there. Wind threat and the hail threat is going to be the main concern, but even those are relatively minimal. So we'll just jump right ahead into the next thing here. We'll see how comfortable you guys will be out there today as college football season is opening up, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't really have a team. Fun idea, I guess, for the channel will be comment your favorite team below. Maybe I'll see if I approve of them or not. Not like you should care anyway. But we'll move on ahead to the temperatures first. So in the early morning hours, already pretty toasty in the southeast. We kind of know the deal already here. Once we get into about the noon hour when most of the games are going to be starting to kick off, around the central part of the U.S., we're going to be already sitting in the 80s. A lot of you guys in Texas and Nebraska, this is nothing new for you. It's pretty much been like this the entire summer. And over towards the Tennessee Valley, we're looking at 80s as well. Some of you guys will creep into the 90s around halftime, maybe a little later. In the second leg of football games today, it's going to be really hot for some of you guys. Make sure you're bringing extra water and sunscreen with you because it's going to be hot. Pretty much everywhere, really, when I look at it. When I look at the model here. So once we get into the late night hours, temps start to cool down. I'd say about 8, 9 o'clock-ish. Once we get into the midnight hour, all the games are over, but it's still going to be hot for a lot of you guys. You're going to be dealing with some pretty warm low temperatures as well. We'll work our way into Sunday. Some of you guys may be heading out for church. And of course, around the eastern half of the country, nothing's really changing. Everyone's really going to be hot this weekend. There's really no escaping it, unfortunately, this time. But that's really all I got for the temps. take a look at the dew points, because this is what's going to make or break the day for a lot of people. These dew points can make 80s feel like 90 or even worse. I mean, again, nothing new here. Southeast has that Gulf of Mexico flow coming in, so if you pop-up showers and thunderstorms are possible, particularly around Florida. Also, if I remember correctly, the NASCAR race is going on. It's a cutoff race for the playoffs down there. You always have to watch out for a stray storm towards the middle or evening hours over there. But we'll go ahead and take a look here at the dew points. If you're in the eastern half of the U.S., it's going to be extremely muggy, so have a lot of water on you. If you can, try to drink water now if you end up watching this video before game time, man, because it is going to be flat out rough. Over towards the west, though, it's looking pretty nice. You guys are still going to be warm, but at least you won't have dew points sitting in the 60s and 70s like all of us over here. So the game might be a little bit more comfortable. Still drink some water, but you guys should be a little bit more comfortable. But really on Saturday and Sunday, things don't really change too much. We have this little ridge setup that's keeping it warm around the west, and we have a little southeast ridge here that's in place, but also surging in that Gulf moisture. But for some of you guys, we aren't going to really get that thunderstorm threat all the same. I mean, there's still a chance, but it's relatively minimal today, it looks like. So, now, I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at the reflectivity, see where the greatest chance for storms are today, and I think that'll be it for the video. It's going to be pretty quick here, like I said, so, oh boy, I didn't click the wrong button. Oh wait, there we go, we're good. A little worried there for a second. Alright, sitting at 7 minutes. Let's try to keep it under 10. So, today, morning hours, not much going on. We are watching a feature that's sitting off the Atlantic coast here. I don't think this is going to come into play today, but it could come into play a little bit later. We do have this little low that tries to pop up, mainly around Daytona Beach. I'm concerned about some storms developing. Some areas to the north might get a pop-up thunderstorm, but it's not a very impressive low, not very organized. And then as we get into the evening hours around the Central Plains, we do look like we get some line segments popping up here, especially around Iowa. I'd say this is about maybe, what I would say, 9, 10 o'clock-ish. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that, but just as quickly as it forms, it already fizzles out. So once we go into tomorrow, though, we can expect a chance for some redevelopment on the eastern half of Iowa, and then a line of storms starts to form. Our line of storms will start to develop around Minnesota, around central Minnesota. This quickly rolls through the area and starts to fizzle out by the late evening, early morning hours around Wisconsin. Actually, no, this looks like it holds together decently heading into Monday. Have to see how this progresses onward. But but relatively for most of us, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be warm. So just be ready for that. Other than that, root for your favorite team and hope for the best. Hopefully you guys have a good first day of college football. Hopefully you guys enjoy this weekend. I think I am going to try to do another video tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. But we will have another on up soon. But until then, this has been Tire Metalhead. Wow, I completely screwed that. But until the next one, this is Tire Metalhead Weatherman. I will see you guys in the next one.